Change Matters. Have you heard of it before? Just in case you haven't, its focus is to teach you and students like you, your peers, about homelessness in Howard County. You do know there are homeless people living in Howard County, right? It also teaches you about the services at the Grassroots Crisis Intervention Center. Grassroots is a place where people can go to get help. Change Matters also teaches students about philanthropy, which is a big word that means giving back to your community.
Have you ever seen a homeless person? Close your eyes for a minute. What do you see? Do you see that worn-looking guy standing on a city street, holding a sign, asking for money? Or maybe you've seen a homeless person sleeping on the sidewalk, on a bench, or underneath a cardboard box. Do you see an old woman in a tattered coat pushing a grocery cart with all her worldly belongings?
Open your eyes. Look around the room. Homelessness looks like you. And maybe the person sitting next to you, your teacher. Homelessness can look like anyone because homelessness can happen to anyone.
How does someone become homeless? Do you ever wonder? What's their story? How did it happen to them?
The number one cause of homelessness is job loss. If you lose your job, you can't pay your bills. If you can't pay your bills, like rent, food, or your car payment, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go?
We live here in Howard County, which is a very expensive place to live for everybody. There isn't a lot of affordable housing for those who are less well off. Another reason someone can become homeless is a result of a medical crisis, such as a major illness or accident. If you are sick and can't work, you might lose your job. Or what if you don't have enough medical insurance and can't pay the hospital bills and you sink further into debt? A natural disaster can also cause homelessness. Floods, fires, or a roof-crushing snowstorm can leave a family with no place to live.
People also can become homeless because of a mental illness. Sometimes they can't work because they can't afford the medication that would make them better. Sometimes there is more than one reason a person becomes homeless.
Howard County is one of the wealthiest counties in the country. We always rank as one of the best places to live in the nation. Yet, there is still homelessness here in Howard County. You may not see it like you would on a city street, but it is here.
Last year, there were 5,205 requests from people living in Howard County needing a place to stay. That's 5,205 people seeking shelter because they didn't have a place to live.
Do you have any idea how many kids were homeless in Howard County last year? Over 600. That only includes the kids that were identified by the Howard County school system. You see, a mom, dad, or guardian must have contacted the school to let them know they were no longer living at the address listed on their emergency card.
It's possible that there were more than 600 homeless children in Howard County last year. Not all homeless families share this information with the school system. They might have been too embarrassed or afraid to ask for help.
Do you think there are homeless kids at your school? Chances are there's more than one. You see, we have 73 schools in Howard County. It is estimated that about 82% of schools have homeless children attending them. That's a lot of schools.
Do you know who the homeless kids in your school are? Probably not. If I were homeless, I wouldn't tell anyone, maybe not even my best friend. I would be too embarrassed. I wouldn't want people to feel sorry for me or make fun of me. I would just want to pretend that everything is normal so I would fit in, just like you.
Would you know where to go if your family suddenly became homeless in Howard County? We are really lucky. We have a place called Grassroots that helps people in crisis. It was started by college students in the late 60s as a crisis hotline. Over the years, it has become a 24-hour-a-day crisis service center. You can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and someone will answer the phone. You can walk in any day, at any time, and talk to a professional counselor.
It's not a home, but it's better than sleeping in your car or outside in the woods. There are rooms where moms and kids can stay, and upstairs there are rooms for men. There is a community living room with one TV. Everyone eats together in the dining room. There's no private bathroom like in a hotel. You have to share it with all the other families that are staying there. But like I said, it's better than sleeping in your car, in the woods, or on someone's couch.
Not everyone that is homeless can stay at Grassroots. There are only 53 beds. But Grassroots staff will help you find a place to stay at a local motel or maybe with the cold weather shelter. Many times, families that are homeless end up staying with a relative or at a friend's house. It's not their home, but it is a place to sleep.
Grassroots staff and counselors help people feel safe and get their lives back together. They help families get their feet on the ground and become independent again.
Hey, I have a question for you. If you were a homeless student here in Howard County, where do you go to school? Do you have to go to the school that's closest to where you're staying? No, you stay at your home school, the one you have been attending all along. Grassroots will make sure that you get transportation to and from school every day. The people there and the school staff know that the most important thing for a homeless child is stability and security.
Oh, by the way, it doesn't cost anything to stay at Grassroots, because if you are homeless, chances are you don't have a lot of money anyway. Although Grassroots receives federal and state grants, a considerable portion of the money it needs to help people comes from individual donations from caring people in the community.
We have told you about homelessness in Howard County and how fortunate we are that we have a place like Grassroots that helps people in crisis. Do you think you could help homeless kids and families living in our community?
Remember that fancy word philanthropy, meaning giving back to your community? Well, Change Matters is a way for you to give back to our community, help Grassroots, and help the homeless.
When you collect change for Grassroots, the money will be used for food, shelter, transportation, school supplies, and counseling services. All of these things a child or family need to feel safe and secure.
So, what are ways you and your school can raise money? You could check under the couch, in drawers, and find that change stash. Collect change in your classroom and cafeteria, sports, or drama events. Ask your peers, teachers, staff, and parents for help. Host an event or sell something in support of Change Matters. Ask your SGA to help by matching raised funds. Or ask your PTA.
Remember, no one chooses to be homeless. The change you collect can make a difference in the life of a homeless child or family. Just know that you can be empowered to make your community a better place to live for everyone.
Thank you.